This is going to be the Oculus as a protection paladin. I was just talking about this place. Apparently everybody in the Dungeon Finder hates this dungeon, so runs here tended to be messy and full of complaints. Why? Rogue doesn't want to be here. This was about the cleanest one I managed to get. It goes okay. I rolled over my party as I entered here. Didn't spend very long doing it. I see Discipline Priest stuff happening. That's cool. I do like those. Death Knight, Rogue, as we saw, and... what's that second one? Arcane Mage, got it. No, wait, was that the Whelp? That was the Whelp doing it. Also Arcane Mage, though. Alright. Eventually I learned to deal with these whelps just not coming to my location, so I just tank them at range or let them have threat on somebody else, because I'm never going to move them all to one location. Maybe Gorfreen's Grasp could do it, if I'd thought of doing that when I was here on my Death Knight. I didn't think of it, though. Yeah, that could be worth trying. So my Avenger's Shield can silence them for a moment, causing them to fly to my location, but only for one at a time when it's off cooldown. They go down so quick it doesn't matter much, though. There's still one alive there that I somehow didn't notice. So knowing the route through here, this place is not that complicated. It looks confusing if you don't know the route, but once you do, it's really not so bad. The vehicle combat at the end is pretty annoying. I think it's kind of broken. We'll see how it goes once we actually get there, but like, it seems like there's a lot actually actively wrong with it. But the rest of the dungeon goes fine. I don't know, it just seems, the hatred for this place seems a little disproportionate to how it is to actually go through it. I don't mind this too much. It's like not even a dungeon that I would specifically want to skip during leveling, like say the Violet Hold, or the Black Morass, or the Escape from Durnhold, or Culling of Stratholme. Like, all of those in this level range I would less like to do than this one. I guess, okay, so that reveals something about me. Waiting is the thing I hate the most. A weird, confusing layout that, you know, I can learn and make it not a problem that it's weird and confusing is no problem for me. Dracos the Interrogator, I don't understand if there is anything you're supposed to do to avoid his... Like, there are these little arcane beacons running around just doing whatever they want. Doing arcane explosions. If there's a way to stay away from them, I don't know it. He pulls you in, implying you don't want to be close to him, but being close to him is not what deals the damage. It's being close to his beacons, which just fly around all over the place.
Hey there.
So I don't know. Maybe there's a strategy there, but I just, every time I've been here, just the healer, whether it's me or somebody else, just heals right through it.
See you later.
Almost nobody I come here with knows which dragon to choose. Red for tank, green for healer, amber for everybody else. I sort of go up and left to this first platform here. That seems to route it best. And I want to... The most important thing to make sure is that none of the flying dragons are... yeah, Avaros Cloud Strider. I don't want to hear what you have to say. Someone else has taken a Ruby Drake already. That's non-optimal. Another person has taken it, probably just because the one who gives out the Ruby Drakes is close enough. As long as we have one Amber Drake, we're probably fine. 1 Emerald, 1 Amber, 3 Ruby. That seems to be what it usually ends up being here. The Ruby Drake, honestly, is like really by far the worst one, I find. I think this would go fine if everybody took Amber. Emerald is not great. Ruby is like super bad, except at a few things. Amber is pretty much perfect at everything. I don't know. I don't really get why there are 3 types of dragons. I feel like this place was balanced differently once with the way the dragons work. And now just like with changes in the game, it doesn't make sense anymore. I don't know. I can do engineering stuff to those, but I don't feel like doing it for all of those. So there are 2 platforms like that around, and then this sort of horseshoe-shaped thing in between. So I route to the first isolated platform, start at one end of the horseshoe, go to the other end where the other platform is. Then the one at the very north contains Varos Cloud Strider. You got to take down all these centrifuge constructs first for Varos Cloud Strider to be fightable. And this is just the route that seems to be most efficient that I found. Sorceress is here, kind of a pain. They cast Blizzard, and they cast one other thing that's real annoying. I forget what it is, though. Maybe it's just Blizzard. Snowflakes appear. I forget what they do. But there's something I don't want to let stay alive, if I can avoid it. You can mount here. Normal mount or the dragon you get in your inventory. Either way. Normal mount's a little easier to get to. And a lot faster on the ground. Oh boy, we have an Azure Ring Commander somehow. Yeah, that's not good. Like, that's... The reason I killed all those dragons on the way to the first platform was because of this. So I need to mount up... Oh, I've used Divine Shield. So I have a talent now. Yeah, okay, so somebody got on their Ruby Drake and took care of that. Like, you have to be on one of the dragon mounts to take care of the ones that are flying around. So, like, the highest priority when going to any place, any of these platforms, is to make sure none of those are on you. How we managed to get the attention of one, I'm not sure, because I don't think you can do that from the ground. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this back another time and see, like, was somebody in the air on their dragon? Because that's usually how it happens. Anyway, yeah, so going to the platform, I always kill the ones who are nearby and who, like, might have their attention gotten by people flying by, because having one of those alive while you're trying to fight on the ground is pretty deadly. Anyway, yeah, so Divine Shield. I now have a talent that, whenever I use Divine Shield, causes all enemies around to be taunted for the duration of the shield. So it's no longer true that putting the shield on myself makes me untargetable. It makes me guaranteed to be targeted, and everybody's just going to waste their attacks on me while I'm invulnerable. I hear that noise. That means something needs to be paid attention to here. This is why I don't unmount right away when I get on that platform. Right, so the one thing that Ruby Drakes... Oh boy, somebody got the construct's attention. The one thing Ruby Drakes are good at is hitting multiple things in the air at once, because their fire breath chains to another target. It's like a chain lightning, but it's a chain fire. Other than that, they're real bad. Like, I have what look like they're supposed to be survivability buttons, but I press them and they do nothing. Like, I don't think I'm even just misunderstanding how they work. I think they just literally do nothing. Number 2, something evasive charges, so you're supposed to evade damage. The Emerald Drake is supposed to be healing me as I go by, or healing me with its own abilities, but I don't know, they don't work very well. Anyway, so we'll see how Legardian Aragos goes when we get up there. Anyway, Varos Cloud Strider. Just like Dracos the Interrogator, surprising amount of damage on this fight. Like, healer has to pay a lot of attention to what's going on here. Since I have a Discipline Priest, they're mostly preventive in their healing. So, oh right, so somebody's just standing right in that dragon beam. You don't want to do that. The Azure Ring captains in the air that he summons cannot be targeted by the dragons we can summon. So you can't do anything about their ice beam that's happening. You just have to stay out of it. Okay, so we have a high enough damage group that he's just dying real quick and isn't getting the time to really lay the hurt on us. Alright, so from here it's pretty straightforward. We're done with that ring. Yep, I try to target it, but you can't. It's invalid. They just come when he summons and go away when he's done. So yeah, just sort of go up and to the left. There's only one place to go now. No special routing here. You gotta go for Mage Lord Uram on this platform. I always sort of hover in the air to make sure everybody knows where to go here. Mage lagging behind. Coming up, riding a Ruby Drake when you shouldn't be, but that's fine, whatever. Not going to waste any attacks on you because you're just going to teleport away. I want to save my judgment and Avenger's Shield and everything for the ones who are actually fighting here. These also hit surprisingly hard. Like, there are things in this dungeon that do actual damage. Which I'm not always ready for. Because that's not true of every dungeon. Mage Lord Uram, too. Yeah, so this is pretty much just like what I was doing over in Knockendune. It's the same activity. Go around to a platform, fight a few little minions to get access to the boss. Yeah, see? Damage is happening. Have I used my Light of the Protector already? I think I heard that noise go off. I had pain suppression on me. Disciplined Priest knows how to press her buttons. That's good. Yeah, getting good impressions of this priest. She knows what she's doing. Took the right color of dragon and everything. That's my test. Did I hear somebody take fall damage? Did they, like, dismount their dragon from way up too high? That's funny. Alright, after Mage Lord Uram 3, just go to the center. Don't get his attention too early. Make sure everybody lands first. There are no blue dragons around to get involved in this fight. This fight's just annoying. I've tried a lot of different things on it. The big obvious frost bomb that looks like it's going to be the main source of damage is actually not very threatening at all. What's a problem is watch for him using an ability called Time Bomb. 227 frost damage inflicted over... So, like, he has 3 frost bombs stacked up here. I think all 3 are dealing damage continually. Okay, Time Bomb on the Death Knight it was. Oh, and this is dangerous if you don't know too. There was the Time Bomb going off. Yeah, so Time Bomb's the actual dangerous one here. Empowered Arcane Explosion is easily avoided, but Time Bomb... You just really want that party member to move away from everybody else. That's a mechanic that shows up a lot more later in later dungeons. I think this was maybe like one of the earliest implementations of it. And it's a little clumsy and super not obvious about it. Alright, so it went on the priest now. She's moving away. Yeah, priest knows exactly what to do. She moves away from everybody so nobody else gets bombed. Yeah, Frostbomb hurts a little bit, but, you know, it's not so bad. I beat her to the resurrection by just a little bit. Yeah, see, like, I'm just standing in the Frostbomb here, and it's not hurting much. Light Guardian Aragos. Let's see how this goes. So yeah, Fire Beam hits multiple things. Sure, that's great. I'm going to position myself over the one with the chest on it in case I fall. That way I don't have to die, but the rest of my party can also get this done. Because, you know, you can fight him wherever you want in the air, so why not over safe ground? That just makes sense. Target is friendly. What? That whelp is friendly? That's weird. Gotta go get him, sure.
Rash interlopers are out of your element.
So the main... yeah, that's the main thing that makes this fight work. You get to use a time stop with the Amber Drake. And there's also a thing where you can channel on him to increase the damage done by everybody else, then generate charges for the Amber Drake to do a whole lot more damage with their next main attack. He has like this little enrage thing, so it's good to time the time stop together with that, but I think he's just going to die before that goes off. Okay, so that went extremely well. Even though we had 2 of the wrong dragons, it was fine. Something I learned recently. I was here on my monk with a somebody who was using Party Sync to come here at level 120. And I was busy doing stuff back down at Magelord Uram, and I saw the achievement come up. The Oculus! Legaudian Aragos has been defeated. So it turns out the dragons don't scale down for Party Sync. So if you bring a 120 scaled down, you're just going to 2-shot him, apparently. So that was weird. But yeah, we had none of those people in that party, so we just fought him normally, and it went fine. Oh. I'll bet that also means, even though that dungeon scales all the way down to level, like, 67 or something. Yeah, even with the level scaling normally. So if you come in at level 80, I'll bet it's a lot easier on that fight than if you come in at the minimum level for the dungeon. That would explain why there's so much variance in how tough he is. Okay, I think I figured something else. Anyway, I'll go away now. See you next time.